New episode will be posted every Tuesday and Thursday. So don't forget to subscribe right below or visit us website at www.hdcooking.tv.
Hi guys, welcome back to Healthy and Delicious. So we are going to start cooking our lamb lollipops today. So we have our beautifully French lamb.
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
I take out all the excess of fat or meat around of the bone, and this is very important because it's a lollipop, so I want it to be very, very nice and clean.
Yeah,
and
nice.
it is a French kind of like style.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
I have a little cast iron here. I'm gonna sear the lamb, and we're gonna make a lollipop sauce with it with cherries.
Cherry is my favorite flavor of lollipops.
Yes, and this is very different, but it's very sexy too. If you think about like black cherries and all the cumin that we're gonna put
Super
inside,
nice.
and all those different spices. So maybe we're gonna start having over here.
All right, so I'm going to start by adding in some grass-fed ghee into our pan. So the Frenchman said butter. I said we're going to go with ghee today.
Yeah. I mean, they're close,
Still get the butter
enough.
flavor,
You get the creaminess
right?
of it,
But
yeah.
you don't have that dairy in there. So we're going to let that melt. Then I'm going to go ahead and add in some shallots here.
A little bit of shallots. Maybe I can start seasoning my lamb a little bit. So a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper over here, and do that the same side.
Simple.
Very simple, but you know, when you have a nice meat like this, you don't want to put too much in it because otherwise it takes out the
already
flavor,
has
the
tons
natural
of flavor.
flavor. But I do gonna add one spices to it, one of my favorite spice. Herbe de Provence. Of
There
course.
we go.
A little herbe de Provence.
Little herbes de
And
Provence
you know,
on
this
your
is
French
how I meet my wife
palate.
is with the herbe de Provence a little bit. So she wanted to buy some from the store that I used to work for, and that's how we meet and we start to date. And since then, I put a little pinch of herbe de Provence once in a while in the food.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
like
gonna
that.
use a little bit of oil too before I can sear it.
What kind of oil do you have today?
Hey, you know what? I'm using a little bit of avocado oil. She
Love
gets
it.
all up here.
I got all my good fats in. All right, so my ghee is melted, so I'm going to go ahead and add in some of my shallots here.
Yeah, nice.
Get those cooking.
Get a little sweating a little bit.
And then I'm going to add in some spices today.
Yeah,
So we're
spices
going
is
to do
important.
some cinnamon
Spicy.
to start. That's where all our flavor is coming from. And then I have a little bit of cayenne. So cayenne is actually our aphrodisiac that we have today. Hot chilies, red chilies.
Cayenne, huh?
Cayenne, a little bit of kick. And last but not least, our cumin.
You need to cook them off a little bit, like start to bring some nice flavor to the oil.
Yes, so
I
it
like
smells
it.
super good.
I'm gonna start to putting my lamb in the grill too. Nice.
All right, so I'm gonna let those cook just a little bit longer. Then I'm gonna put in my black cherries, but we're gonna put in some, to make this very saucy, we're gonna put in some wine to our sauce.
No, wine is an aphrodisiac. Let me tell you, if you drink a couple of bottles of wine, you'll get there.
You're good. That's gonna help you out.
So we have the Pinot Noir
Pinot
here.
Noir today.
I like Pinot Noir because black cherries, the Pinot Noir, it's also very, very dark. So all those sexy colors there that we integrate into the lollipop.
Yep. And lots of good flavor, you know?
Yeah.
I love it.
And lamb is a delicious, it's one of my favorite meat, tell you the truth, because it's so flavorful and I like those kind of gamey meat. I'm gonna infuse a little bit those lamb here with a little bouquet that I create. So it's a little bouquet that I tied up together. It's a little bit of rosemary and sage. I'm just gonna put it right in the middle here. And that's gonna help the lamb to create, diffusing more flavor.
Oh, I love that.
A little bit of oil on it too, to kind of
That's
as a
actually
vehicle.
very good for you too, to have some fresh herbs with any kind of grilled or barbecued meats. It kind of offsets the effect of that high cooking temperature. So that's a very good thing to do.
That's good to know, yeah.
So I added in my black cherries here so they could start kind of breaking down.
Yeah.
And then I want to add in some wine, but we do want it to get a little bit thick. And so normally to thicken a sauce, a lot of chefs use cornstarch, which is perfectly fine. But if you do have any kind of corn allergy where you are not going to be putting corn in your dish, you can use arrowroot powder. So arrowroot is a really good substitute. You do fine, works just about the same.
So it's healthier for you? I mean, what's the difference?
If you're sensitive to corn or you're trying to keep corn out of your diet, that's what I recommend. We're gonna add a little bit of our wine here. You could add water. This is called a slurry. So we're mixing in our liquid with our thickener there, just so that we don't have clumps of the thickener. So be it cornstarch or arrowroot.
And this one is also local, huh? It's Californian wine as well, Napa Valley, huh?
Beautiful Napa Valley.
Napa Valley. You can never go wrong with a good Napa.
You cannot. So I have there's a little bit of some of our mixture sticking to the bottom here. So we're gonna kind of deglaze it a little bit, in a sense.
Sounds good.
But just create lots of flavor.
If we already have the wine here, You know, you cannot bring a bottle of wine and put it on the table and have a Frenchman looking at it all day. That's not gonna happen.
Meals complete around here.
Pour a little glass of that wine here for us. Lamb is gonna go perfectly with it. And I know it's gonna be the perfect combination because we use the same wine for the sherry as well.
That's right. Yum, those look fabulous.
Yeah, they are very, very beautiful. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers back home.
That's nice.
Californian wine.
You know, wine, right? Some people say, oh, my wine's great. Red wine's good for our heart, right? Those kind of properties that red wine has, Pinot Noir is actually the highest in those properties.
Oh.
So if you want to choose a red wine that's going to be the best for your health of the red wines, Pinot Noir, I've heard it's the best. So
works
cheers
for
to
me.
that.
Cheers to that.
One glass of Pinot a night can keep the doctor away, they say.
So I like my lamb medium rare. Just like every of my meat. I mean, don't give me anything well done. I'm not gonna be an happy fellow there.
All right, so this sauce does need to cook down a little bit. So we do have one that we had cooked in advance because it will take about 30 minutes for it to reduce down.
Yeah.
With all that yummy wine liquid we have. So it's really gonna concentrate the flavor and make it super delicious. So we have some, this is what it's gonna look like once it's already cooked down.
Oh, it's nice and
beautiful.
thick.
You can see that nice thick consistency.
It's like a marmalade. I like it.
Yeah, from that arrowroot powder. So this is going to go lovely with our lamb lollipops.
I'm going to put the lamb.
Oh, that's lovely looking.
The roasted bouquet right there. And here it's a lamb.
Lollipop.
It is a beautiful plate. It goes really well with wine. And now we're gonna put that right on the top here.
Oh, so nice.
It's so pretty, right? So sexy too. I mean, those colors are so dark.
It's a good,
and
nice,
red.
light meal. If you want a meal that's going to be good for later in the evening. We got our nice oysters in the beginning. Those are light. Then we have some lamb lollipop bites. You don't want anything too heavy. That's not going to do anything
true.
good for
It's
you.
like a standing up, reception. A little bit appetizer. You want to stay light and and have fun. And it's also great room for conversation.
Yeah. Well, should we try?
Absolutely.
Can we bite? We're going to test
Cheers
out
back
this
home, by the way.
lollipop theory right in front of you. That was really good. Delicious. Yeah.
I'm gonna need a couple of minutes with me and my lamb, if you don't mind. I might just go in another room. I'll be right back.
Don't ditch your date. That won't work well. That's really good, though.
That is fantastic.
Delicious.
And we're going to take a quick break right now. When we come back, we're gonna make a chocolate lava cake like you cannot believe it. We'll be right back.